Hello everyone, Reza here. The Power Automate Flow MCP server is here. Yes, we can now build flows, edit flows, debug flows, document flows, and so much more thanks to the Power Automate plugin, which includes powerful tools and skills for us to work via AI coding agents. So let's check this video out in action. The Flow agent. Build, edit, run, and debug Power Automate cloud flows from Claude Code or GitHub Copilot CLI powered by the new FlowAgent MCP server. You describe the flow and AI will build it for you. Think of this as an extra pair of hands when you're building flows. Things you can do. When a Microsoft form is submitted, save the answers to Excel and send me an email summary. It will find the right connectors, actions. It will check your connections and build the flow. My flow failed. Why? It will analyze the failed runs of the flow and pinpoint the exact actions that broke. A flow ran many times. It can bulk cancel running and waiting flows. It can copy flows. Look across my environment ecosystem. What do certain expressions do? And so much more. Powered by 10 skills. Setup to get connected to your environment with your organization's account within minutes. Build flow to build a flow based on a description. Browse flows, debug, diagnose, manage, and more. To use these powerful features, all we have to do is install the plugin, sign in once by running the setup skill, and then start using the different skills at our disposal. All of this coming from the official Microsoft Marketplace for Power Platform skills, which now includes the plugin for Power Automate. To install this, all we have to do is fire the following two commands. Add the Power Platform skills from the marketplace and then install the Power Automate skills. Once we have this configured in our coding agent, we can work with AI and Power Automate. Let's put this to the test. I'll open a command prompt and run Claude. I already have the Power Automate plugin installed. I just mentioned Power Automate MCP, and it says I can help with Power Automate through the FlowAgent MCP server that's installed. That's my plugin, which has Power Automate FlowAgent. Now, as it calls out, this is connected and working because I already ran the setup action. Now, when you connect, it sets a working environment for us. That's an environment in Power Platform. In make.powerautomate.com, when we create flows, we do so in the context of environments. So it's letting me know that right now my working environment is set, which is RD training. Let's say I want to swap my working environment to Dev Playground. All I have to do is let my agent know in natural language. Please set my working environment to Dev Playground. The FlowAgent MCP server uses the skills and tools it possesses to go ahead and set my working environment. Do I want this to be my working environment just for this session, or should it make it the default for every session that I run? I'll say yes, make it the default. Now, while it does this, /power-automate : here are the things that we can do. Set up, build flows, debug flows, create flows, and more. Let's try build flow. It says it looks like no flow description came through. When you call the build flow skill, you need to provide it with the description of what you want to build. Tell me what the flow should accomplish. I'll say, when a form is submitted, save the answers to SharePoint and email me a summary. That's my scenario. I have a Microsoft form, the product feedback form, where users can provide feedback about products. Once that feedback is received, I would like to log that feedback in a SharePoint list and also send an email summary. So I've given a very simple description. Now it uses the build flow skill, which will in turn use the FlowAgent MCP server to create the Power Automate workflow for me. Now it says, before I build it, I need a few specifics I can't guess. First, it has to check what connections I already have in that dev playground environment. Now it says SharePoint, Outlook, OneDrive approvals are connected. There are Microsoft Forms connections in that environment, but their tokens have expired. And now it's providing me certain options. Do you want me to reconnect the broken connection? So I'll say yes. Where should the answers be stored? In an existing SharePoint list. Who should I send this email summary to? My mailbox. I'll submit my answers. Next, which Microsoft form, which SharePoint list? I'll copy the URL of the Microsoft form, provide that as context, and for the SharePoint list, I'll copy the URL of my SharePoint list. The agent will be smart enough to capture the details that it needs in order to connect to that form and to connect to that list. It's done that by passing through the URLs that I provide. Now it's discovering the form questions and also analyzing the list columns in parallel. And it's done the mapping, form question to the SharePoint column. Next, it's pulling the actual actions that are available as part of the connectors to perform this action. You can see how it's grabbed the trigger details and the actions that it will call to build this automation. This workflow being built in my working environment. My flows lists all the flows that I have created. Once that flow is built, it will light up right here because the agent is creating that workflow on my behalf. Connections resolved cleanly, including my reconnected forms connection. Now it's assembling the flow definition and running a check before creating anything. The check's complete, all three connections connected. Now it begins creating my flow. It can build flows within solutions as well as outside of solutions. Done. The flow has been created for me. Now please note, whenever it creates a flow, it will always turn the flow off to begin with, which is great because it gives us the opportunity to go explore the flow, make sure everything's correct, and then turn it on when desired. If I would like to turn on the flow, I can ask it to do that as well. In my dev playground environment, if I now refresh, here is the new flow that got created by the FlowAgent MCP server. Let's head over and edit the flow. The flow triggers when a new response is submitted in my product feedback form. Then for each of those responses, it gets the details of the response. Next, it creates the item in my SharePoint list. It's also done that full mapping of the form columns with my SharePoint list. And last, it's sending out the email, which includes a summary of the response that was provided. Let's go back to the flow details page and turn this flow on. The flow is on and listening to any new product feedback provided. Let's fill this form out. I'll submit my feedback. The response was submitted. The automation triggered. if I look at the SharePoint list, all that information is logged. And if I explore my mailbox, here is the email that I received with the details. Now let's try exploring an existing automation. I have this workflow called Work Progress Tracker Info that I built years ago. I'll grab the URL from the Flow details page. Can you explain what this flow does? Now, the reason I grabbed the URL of the flow is I am in my dev playground working environment. So of course it has context of all the flows in this environment. But in case the flow was in a different environment, because I gave it the URL, you see it has the environment ID. It's smart enough to know that it needs to switch the environment and then look for that workflow. Now at this point, it's actually pulling in the flow's definition. And once it has that context, it can evaluate and let me know what this flow exactly does. And there we go. This is a flow called Work Progress Tracker Info. It runs every Monday. It exports a SharePoint list to a fresh Excel file in OneDrive and emails that file to me as an attachment. And these are all the steps in that flow. It's also observed that this has been flagged as needs to be optimized. That's in the title of my flow. It's gone ahead and observed a few bottlenecks. It says that in this workflow, I'm running an apply to each loop to add a row into a table that's in Excel one by one, which may not be the most optimized manner, especially for large lists, because it's going to consume a lot of API calls. It's also noticed I have a 30-second hard delay, which is a workaround for Excel's save latency. I have pagination set, and the apply to each loop has no concurrency. Would you want me to build you an optimized version of this workflow? I'll say yes. Build an optimized version for me. Now guess what? It has the full context of this automation. It's going to take this flow definition, customize it, and build me a new flow that is optimized. If I wanted it to modify this same existing flow, I could have simply asked the agent to do that. Now notice, it says the biggest win is replacing that entire create table row by row loop 30-second delay with a single create CSV table, one file write action, which is a lot more performant. It's gone ahead and built the flow for me. It's also giving me more options. Do you want to keep it CSV and turn the flow on? Do you want to keep it CSV and leave the flow stopped so you can evaluate and turn it on? Do you want to build the Excel version, which we could use Office scripts instead? For this scenario, I'll say keep CSV. There's an older flow from a previous attempt. What should I do with it? Leave it, delete it? I'll just say leave it alone and submit my responses. Now back to my flows. Notice Work Progress Tracker Info optimized. This is the flow that it has created for me. Look at the actions. Minimalistic. Gets the items from a very large SharePoint list that I have. Top count 5,000. Threshold 100K with pagination enabled. Select clauses, mapping, building the CSV table, creating the file in OneDrive, and shooting out that email. I asked it to turn the flow on, which it did. Now let's just go ahead and run this flow. The flow triggers. It got the items from SharePoint. It's a large SharePoint list. Created the CSV table. Created the file and sent it out as an attachment to me. Here is the email that I have received. Check this out. This is the exported CSV. All the data coming from a very large SharePoint list. Over 10,000 rows of data. This flow ran in 21 seconds. Now, even for my unoptimized flow, it's failing. Let's ask it, why is this flow failing? It has the skills, the tools to go and analyze the run history, diagnose the failures, It's found the reasons why it's failed. It's also asking me to fix the connections that are broken and so on and so forth. Makes it so much more easier to analyze why flows have failed, rather than us manually going in and evaluating each failure. Let me show you a more advanced scenario. I built this workflow called parallel batch import. And what this flow does is it imports data from a CSV file, a very large CSV file, into a SharePoint list. And I built this workflow using the batch APIs of SharePoint, which allows me to add 100 rows of data in one go, reducing action calls. Flow is a lot more performant. Now, this worked great, but I tried to take it one step further with the FlowAgent MCP server. It analyzed my flow and it even tested it by providing some sample files, and it provided me areas for improvement. For example, go and validate the response of the SharePoint batch API call. Add error handling. And it gave me several other recommendations. So I said, okay, let's add error handling. We should check the batch response and see what happened with each row, and maybe save the results of the successes and the failures. And I gave it context of where I want the success and failure files to drop in SharePoint. So in SharePoint, I have this library. I'll drop my CSV import file here. The automation will run, import all that data into this SharePoint list of mine. Once it imports it, the ones that are succeeded, it will write it to a file in succeeded records folder, and the ones that failed, it will write it in the failed records folder. It will also tell me why it failed. The FlowAgent MCP server made the updates to my existing flow. You can see how it wrote logic to read the successes, the failures, and accordingly write the data to my success or failed files. In my CSV import folder, I'll drop the CSV file. It includes a mix of records. Some are going to pass, some are going to fail. I'm also going to drop a large file. This has 10,000 rows of data. Now at this point, my workflow will trigger because the file dropped in that folder. One of the files is processed. Let's go and explore the results. Succeeded records. So for that mixed file that I uploaded, this file will include the results that succeeded, so the rows that got added in SharePoint. And on similar lines, I'll have a failed records file as well created, which will highlight the rows that have failed. It will also include the reason why they failed. This was a date column and I provided text. This was a number column and I provided text. And for that large file, which I ran earlier, it only took 5 minutes to process all that data and bring that into my SharePoint list. I have this flow called Manager Approval for Software. Now this flow I built as part of the new Copilot Studio Workflow Designer. Guess what? I used the Power Automate MCP skills and asked it to document that flow. And this was the documentation that it built out for me. What's the input to the workflow? Here is a visual representation of what that flow does, including details of every action. Can you list all the flows in my current environment sorted by most run first? Yes, it can do that. Can you go through all my environments and figure out which flows are failing? Yes, it can do that. Here is a document that it prepared for me. Show me all the flows run in the last 28 days sorted by run count. Here is the full summary. This across all my environments. So go ahead, use the power of the new FlowAgent MCP server and enhance your experience of creating workflows in Power Automate. If you enjoyed this video, then do like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And thank you so much for watching.